Have you ever noticed something strange? The loudest person in the room usually gets everyone's attention, but the quiet person often gets everyone's respect. Why? Why is it that the people who speak the least sometimes end up leading the room, getting promoted, building the strongest relationships, and becoming the hardest people to manipulate? Most people think power comes from talking more. Psychology says something very different. And once you understand why, you'll never look at quiet people the same way again. Because silence isn't always weakness. Sometimes it's strategy. From the time we're children, we're taught that speaking up is confidence. Raise your hand, answer first, talk more, be outgoing. Society rewards people who are visible. So naturally, we assume the loudest person must also be the strongest. But think about the people who truly intimidate you. Is it always the loud one? Or is it sometimes the person who calmly watches everything without rushing to speak? There's something mysterious about people who don't reveal everything. Your brain automatically starts filling in the blanks. Psychologists call this the uncertainty effect. The less information people have about you, the more their imagination takes over. And imagination is almost always more powerful than reality. Imagine two coworkers. One talks all day. Everyone knows what they think, what they ate, who they're dating, what they want. The other says very little. They listen carefully. They answer only when necessary. Who seems more powerful? Most people would choose the second person, not because they're smarter, because mystery creates authority. But that's only the beginning. Here's something even stranger. The human brain is naturally drawn to people who listen. When someone truly listens, you feel understood. When someone constantly talks, you often feel ignored. Ironically, people who say less often become the center of deeper conversations. Why? Because everyone else does the talking. Think about the last conversation you enjoyed. Was it because someone gave an amazing speech? Or because someone made you feel heard? Listening isn't passive, it's psychological influence. Now here's where things become dangerous. Most people reveal their weaknesses by talking too much. They accidentally expose their fears, their insecurities, their plans, their emotions. Every extra sentence gives away another clue. Quiet people don't have this problem. The less you reveal, the less people can use against you. This is why skilled negotiators ask more questions than they answer. The person collecting information usually has the advantage over the person giving it away. Imagine playing poker. Would you rather know everyone's cards or let everyone see yours? Conversation works the same way. Information is power, and silence protects it. Don't confuse quiet with shyness. They're completely different. Shyness is driven by fear. Strategic silence is driven by control. One avoids speaking because they're afraid. The other chooses silence because they understand its value. That's a huge difference. Now let's talk about something almost nobody notices. Emotional control. When something unexpected happens, most people react immediately. They interrupt, defend themselves, raise their voice, try to prove they're right. Quiet people often pause first. That tiny pause changes everything. Why? Because emotions spread like viruses. If someone gets angry, your brain wants to mirror that anger. But when you stay calm, you interrupt the emotional chain. Suddenly, the loud person looks emotional, and the quiet person looks powerful. Power isn't always about winning arguments. Sometimes it's about refusing to enter them. Think about history. Many of the world's greatest leaders weren't remembered because they talked endlessly. They were remembered because when they finally spoke, people listened. Words become valuable when they're rare. Imagine someone giving away diamonds every minute. Eventually, nobody would care. Scarcity creates value. Words work exactly the same way. But here's the biggest psychological secret of all. Quiet people observe patterns that others miss. While everyone else is trying to be heard, they're watching. Who interrupts? Who lies? Who seeks approval? Who changes personality depending on the room? Humans reveal themselves constantly. Most people are simply too busy talking to notice. Observation is like collecting puzzle pieces. One conversation means very little, but after dozens of conversations, the full picture appears. That's why quiet people often seem incredibly perceptive. It's not magic. They simply paid attention while everyone else was performing. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever regretted saying something? Almost everyone had. Now think of a time you regretted staying silent. It happens far less often. There's an old saying, speak only if your words improve the silence. Modern psychology surprisingly agrees. Every unnecessary word increases the chance of misunderstanding. Every thoughtful pause increases the chance of clarity. But here's something important. Being quiet doesn't automatically make someone wise. Silence alone isn't power. Awareness is. A person who stays silent because they're disconnected gains nothing. A person who stays silent because they're observing, thinking, learning becomes incredibly difficult to manipulate. That's the difference. The goal isn't to become silent. The goal is to become intentional. Speak because your words matter, not because silence feels uncomfortable. Most people are afraid of silence. They fill every gap with noise. The powerful aren't controlled by that fear. They understand that silence gives them time to think, time to observe, time to choose. And choice is where real power begins. The next time you're in a meeting, at dinner, or surrounded by people trying to prove themselves, watch the room carefully. Notice who's talking the most. Then notice who's listening the most. You might discover something surprising. The loudest voice often controls the moment, but the quiet mind quietly controls the future. Because in a world where everyone is desperate to be heard, the people who truly change the game are often the ones who first learn how to listen. And maybe the strongest person in the room isn't the one making the most noise. It's the one who never needed to.